Welcome back to Splendid Tales, where karma walks in uninvited and justice always gets the last laugh. If you're enjoying stories where pride meets its punishment, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because tonight's tale, it burns slow, then explodes. It began with laughter, not the joyful kind, but the kind that hides behind ignorance. Inside an elegant downtown restaurant, all velvet seats and soft jazz, a young black woman sat with her husband, glowing with quiet grace. She was pregnant, radiant, and too classy for what was coming. Her husband, in a tailored navy suit, whispered something sweet that made her smile. But that peace shattered when the waitress arrived. Her name tag read Becky, the type that smiled with her teeth but sneered with her eyes. She slammed down the water jug with attitude. "You people always want something," she muttered, thinking no one would hear. But silence fell across the nearby tables. They did. The pregnant woman's smile faded, but she stayed calm. "Excuse me?" she asked softly. Becky rolled her eyes, grabbed a glass, and with a petty grin, tilted it. The cold splash hit the woman's face, dripping down her dress, her hand instinctively protecting her belly. The whole restaurant gasped. A fork clattered. Someone whispered, "Did she just—" Her husband rose slowly. No yelling, no chaos, just a quiet authority that made the air colder. "You just made the biggest mistake of your life," he said. Becky smirked. "Oh, really?" she scoffed. He smiled, dangerously calm. "You have no idea who you just assaulted." The restaurant went dead silent. Even the jazz faded like it knew drama had arrived. Becky blinked, suddenly less confident. "Look, it was just water," she said, waving her hands like that made it okay. Her husband didn't move at first. He just looked at her, the kind of stare that could write a whole report in silence. Then he reached into his suit pocket, pulled out a badge, and laid it on the table. The gold gleamed under the soft light. "Federal Judge Carter Williams," he said smoothly. "And you just assaulted my wife, a federal prosecutor." Becky's face drained white. The words fell heavy, crashing through her arrogance. "No, I didn't know. I didn't mean." The husband leaned forward, calm but lethal. "You didn't care," he said. "But the law does." The room erupted in whispers. Phones were out now, cameras flashing. "Oh my God, she poured water on a judge's wife," someone hissed. The manager rushed over, sweating bullets. "Sir, please, let us fix this." But Mrs. Williams stood, voice clear and icy. "Fix it? You can't fix racism with a towel." Her dress dripped onto the marble floor, but her composure didn't flinch. She took her husband's arm. "Let's go," she said. "We'll let the law dine here next." The entire restaurant parted for them like royalty leaving the battlefield. Becky's hands shook as the cameras caught every second. Becky stood frozen, drenched not in water but in humiliation. Her hands trembled as whispers spread like wildfire through the restaurant. Phones recorded from every angle, customers narrating the scene as if it were breaking news. The manager's face turned the color of spoiled milk. "Becky, my office, now," he hissed through clenched teeth. But Becky couldn't move. Her voice cracked, desperate. "I didn't mean it like that. It was a joke." A man from the corner shouted, "A joke? You poured water on a pregnant woman, you psycho!" Laughter broke out, ugly, merciless, and loud. Mrs. Williams stopped near the door, turning back with a grace that could cut glass. Her tone was calm, but her words burned hotter than any shout. "Next time you look down on someone," she said, "make sure they're not the ones holding your future." Someone at a nearby table whispered, "That line's going viral." And they were right. By the time the couple left the restaurant, the video had already hit social media. Caption: "Waitress humiliates pregnant black woman, then instantly regrets it." The clip spread faster than gossip at a family barbecue. Thousands of comments poured in. "Fire her! Karma came quick. Don't mess with judges' wives." By midnight, the restaurant's page was flooded with one-star reviews. Becky's name trended alongside the words "racist waitress." Hey, if you're enjoying this story so far, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more from Splendid Tales. By dawn, Becky's phone was blowing up. Texts, missed calls, hundreds of tags. Her face, pale and tear-streaked, was all over the internet. Memes, hashtags, news clips. She opened one headline: "Racist waitress fired after assaulting federal judge's wife." Her stomach dropped. The video had reached every corner of the web. Reporters stood outside the restaurant, and the owner, red-eyed and sweating, went live to issue a public apology. "We do not tolerate discrimination," he said shakily. "The employee has been terminated immediately." But that wasn't the end. Becky's old classmates dug up her history. Screenshots, racist posts, comments she thought the internet forgot. She wasn't just fired, she was finished. Job offers vanished, friends unfollowed, and her landlord left a note on her door. We don't want that kind of attention here. Meanwhile, miles away, Judge Williams and his wife sat on their balcony, sipping coffee as the morning sun painted the sky gold. She wanted attention, Mrs. Williams said with a small smile, scrolling through the headlines. She got it. Her husband chuckled. Justice served, and breakfast still hot. The world moved on, but Becky didn't. Her downfall became a case study, a warning, a story whispered whenever arrogance met karma. Because sometimes the law doesn't have to chase you, the internet does. And remember, if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Splendid Tales, where karma never misses and justice always trends.